Hello and welcome to Winning Healthcare Food Fights and a short personal message this week about a comedian and a patient. Another Christmas is here this December 25th, 2019. A year ago was a very different time in my home. In mid-December 2018, we received news that no one wants to hear. My wife had a major medical issue, and surgery was scheduled for early January, and with more follow-on treatments for possibly 9 more months. And after leaving the doctor's office that evening and during the short walk home, she said, "Well, that's a cold bucket of water." My heart just sank even further. A few days later, after the shock and sorrow had worn off and we were accepting her diagnosis and treatment plan, she said, "I'm going to fight this." My warrior was born. A dark cloud became less dark, and it was still there, but it was breaking up, and it helped me too. She's a naturally positive, happy person, and that helps a lot. So fast forward a few weeks after surgery, and she was doing great. Her spirits were higher, and she had her positive attitude, which is a big deal. And that's not about building false hopes, but just keeping focused on the positive. More treatments would begin soon, and that was the next hurdle to overcome. Having been through this with my late father, I knew being a good caregiver was important. I also know it requires space. If you're a caregiver, God bless you, and remember you need to take time for yourself. The patient will understand your need to decompress. You're no good if you're running ragged, and it can make the patient feel guilty. There will be ups and downs, and that's to be expected. You have to roll with it, embrace them as they make the good days so much better. After a decade of marriage, we both know it's because we laugh a lot that we get along so well. It's the grease keeping the marriage wheels from getting rusty. That and being kind, appreciative, and considerate of each other. And, of course, a lot of love, too. So we laugh a lot, admittedly at my expense, but that's fine. It's okay to laugh, but just don't point. It helps weather the storms. To avoid any finger pointing, I knew I needed help in the laughs department, though. It had been roughly a month and a half or so, and it was time. I had run out of things to laugh at and do, so it was time to call in reinforcements. We couldn't go out, so I turned on the TV and browsed for anything I thought might get a laugh. And boy, did I ever find gold over that rainbow. Living outside the U.S. for over a decade now, I'm not bombarded by the pablum and noise of American culture and celebrity. It's a perk. Some say it's a feature and a benefit to expat life. So it's not surprising I don't know the latest and greatest comics. But that day, a rather rotund comedian happened to pop up on my YouTube feed. His clothing style was memorable, too. It was an Hawaiian shirt and shorts, and I'd never seen him before. And I didn't recognize his name. Fluffy. Well, why not? It's Hollywood. Gabriel Iglesias is his real name. I clicked, and wondrously, the laughs were almost immediate. Ha! We may have a winner here. Cleaner than most comics these days. It wasn't jarring, and I wasn't cringing while waiting for the next F-bomb. Civil comedy. What a concept. So far, so good. And there was one little thing, though. My wife is Panamanian. They tend to like physical comedy over stand-up, and she was in the same camp. So there was that hurdle to overcome. Well, she woke up from a nap, and I invited her to the living room to see Fluffy in a few YouTube videos. Testing the waters, we saw a few minutes from one of his Netflix specials. Much to my relief and joy, my wife was belly laughing so hard it hurt. She couldn't have cared less. She thinks it's because he's got that Spanish vibe sprinkled into his act, and whatever it is, I'm down with it. So 2 Fluffy fans were born that day. Over the next few months, we watched his Netflix specials and more YouTube videos, mostly when we needed a laugh. and you sort of know when you need them. And if you've been married long enough, you know what I mean. If you're a caregiver, you're dialed in on that big time, or you should be. In one video, and frankly, I cannot recall which one, Fluffy mentioned his willingness to share his material over YouTube and social media. And he attributes much of his success to giving himself away. He's also very fan-friendly in person, which is rarer these days, that spirit of giving yourself away. A long time ago, my late father wrote an article about that very thing. He said, "Be a go-giver as well as a go-getter. The hand which gives always gathers. Look for 2 points of good each day. Search for the receiver of this gratitude. Acknowledge it by a thank you letter or a note. Sincerely try giving yourself away." Now that 2020 is a week away, I thought it right on this Christmas Day to thank Fluffy with a big electronic bear hug from 2 fans in Panama. The laughter you brought into our home meant more than just entertainment. It was great medicine, too. And laughter is really good medicine. For my wife, she could forget her challenges for a while and enjoy life. It lifted her spirits far longer than your shows lasted. For me, it was her belly laughs. They're all I needed to weather the storm that was 2019. We're far happier this Christmas Day. She's done with treatments, which went very well and without severe side effects. We were blessed in that too. And the care she received here was phenomenal. And her doctors and nurses were and are extraordinary. So to our TV buddy Fluffy, I'll add this personal note. Every time you hit the stage, there may be one person in the audience with an awesome sense of humor, just needing a little spark of encouragement. The courage to step on a stage for the first time as you did back in 1997. Have you ever looked out on that audience and ever seen a glint in the eye of someone? Maybe, just maybe, they're ready. I suggest you might take a moment to encourage your audience at the show. Someday, they may make a fluffy difference in someone's life, and thanks to your encouragement, it's the gift of giving. To that audience member, understand that Senor Iglesias is a pro, and pros make it look easy. It most certainly is not. It's a lot of hard work. But that's what makes the reward so much sweeter. And if it were easy, everyone would be doing it. You still have to take that first step. And in keeping with a certain just-released galactic movie, do or do not. There is no try. It takes time to gain that professional edge. You'll fail too, and that's a part of the success process. And my dad used to say, "Son, when you're uncomfortable, you're growing." Please do remember the Fluffy lesson. Give yourself away on your way up and afterwards. It's the deeper lesson of Christmas and one we should embrace all year. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thanks for listening. I'll be taking next week off for some self-renewal time with my better half, and we'll return on January 8th. And that's a good idea for you too. Take some time for some mental self-renewal. And there you are.